They say mirrors don't just reflect what's in front of them. They reflect what's behind you too. Sometimes they show more than they should. Tonight's story is about Emma, a young woman who discovered that her mirror wasn't just glass. It was a window into something or someone who wanted her life. This is the woman in the mirror. When she turned around, the reflection smiled back. Emma had just moved into a small studio apartment in Boston. It wasn't much: cracked paint, old floors, and that strange humming noise from the pipes. But it was hers. She was a 25-year-old art student trying to make it on her own. The previous tenant had left behind a few things: a rickety bookshelf, a chair with a broken leg, and a tall antique mirror with a gold frame. Emma thought the mirror was beautiful, old, elegant, maybe worth restoring someday. She leaned it against the wall opposite her bed, facing the window. That first night, everything seemed normal until 2:17 a.m. A soft creak, a sound like someone stepping on the floorboards. She opened her eyes and saw it. In the reflection, a woman stood behind her. Pale skin, dark hair, eyes too wide as if staring straight through her. Emma gasped and turned around, but the room was empty. When she looked back at the mirror, the reflection was just her again.
The next morning, Emma laughed it off. Just a dream, she told herself. I've been stressed. But the next night, again, 2:17 a.m. She woke up without knowing why. Her phone's clock glowed red. 2:17. This time she didn't move. In the mirror, the woman appeared again, but closer, standing just behind her reflection. Emma whispered, "Who are you?" The woman's lips moved. No sound came out. Emma turned on the light, and the figure vanished. After that, Emma started noticing strange things during the day. The mirror sometimes felt cold to the touch. When she walked past it, her reflection would seem delayed, like it was moving half a second behind her. And once, when she came home from class, she swore her reflection wasn't wearing the same clothes as her. She tried to film it. She set up her phone, recording the mirror at night. When she reviewed the footage the next morning, the video froze at 2:17, then glitched. On one frame, you could barely see it. A hand, pale, feminine, pressing against the glass from the inside. One evening, Emma ran into her neighbor, Mrs. Callahan, an old woman who lived down the hall. She asked casually if anyone had lived in her apartment before. The old woman froze. "You have that mirror, don't you?" she asked. Emma nodded. Mrs. Callahan's eyes filled with fear. That mirror came from apartment 407, the girl who disappeared. Emma's stomach turned. Disappeared? Yes, the old woman whispered. Her name was Lila. She was an artist too. They found her studio covered in her paintings, all of the same woman. They said she went crazy. Then one night, she just vanished. Only the mirror was left. Mrs. Callahan gripped her hand. "If I were you, dear, I'd get rid of it before it gets you too." That night, Emma covered the mirror with a blanket, but even then, she could hear it. A faint tapping, like fingernails on glass.
On the third night, Emma couldn't sleep. 2:17 a.m. The tapping grew louder. Then, a voice. "Emma." She froze. It came from behind the mirror. Slowly, she pulled the blanket off. Her reflection was there, but the woman was standing right behind her reflection's shoulder. And now she could hear it clearly. Help me. Emma stared. Who are you? She whispered. The reflection blinked, but she didn't. The woman's mouth moved again. Let me out. The reflection's eyes went black, like the glass itself was turning into ink. She screamed and ran to switch on the lights. When she looked again, the mirror was normal. But written in fog across the glass were the words, "Let me out." The next day, Emma did research. She found old newspaper archives, stories about Leela, the missing tenant. Local artist vanishes after claiming her mirror was haunted. The article included one of Leela's paintings, a portrait of a woman with hollow eyes and a twisted smile. It looked exactly like the figure in Emma's mirror. Desperate, Emma called a paranormal investigator she found online. When he came to the apartment, he took one look at the mirror and said, "This isn't a mirror, it's a binding object. Someone trapped a soul in here, maybe to keep it from crossing over." "How do we free it?" Emma asked. He hesitated. "You don't free it, you destroy it." He sprinkled salt, lit candles, and began a ritual. But halfway through, the lights went out, the candles flickered and died. Then, the mirror cracked. From the other side, a hand slammed against the glass, this time breaking through. The man screamed and vanished. Emma stumbled back as shards of glass floated in the air, rearranging themselves. On the cracked surface, she could see her own reflection smiling back, but her reflection wasn't moving like her anymore.
If you enjoyed this story, subscribe Midnight Mysts for more haunted tales every night this week. And remember, next time you pass a mirror, look twice. You never know who might be looking back.